Hi everyone, welcome to the third part of Bubble Tea tutorial series. Today we will be working on creating materials for character, and without any further ado, let's jump into tutorial. Okay, we can quick create a background by pressing through the cursor on the bottom of our cup and create a plane. Let's maybe extrude these two edges and select this three, use Ctrl B and shade auto smooth. This will be our background. And this is our character. Okay, so let's set up rendering. Under render properties, let's change render engine to cycles, device to GPU. If you have any compatible GPUs, let's check denoising. Film set to transparent to have transparent background. And set maybe color management to high contrast for now, to have better contrast and color. Let's go to render view. And as you can see, we can't see much because we have no lightning here in our scene. Okay, let's go into shading tab. Let's go to render view. As you can see, still nothing. But under world properties, we can add a HDRI texture. So let's Shift A, search for environment map, plug it into color, and choose one of your HDR of your own choose. You can download it from Polyheaven website. I put the link in the description for that I'm using. And now when we go to render mode, as you can see, we have some colors. We have some light. So now we can focus on shading our scene. Let's start with the background maybe. Let's change it to object. Let's create the new material and name it background. And we can use the simple principle BSDF, but let's set the background to some sort of orange color. Maybe like that. And now let's focus on our main character, because we need to create some sort of plastic glass shader for this. Let's name it plastic. And let's use the glass shader for now. Okay, we can select the top part, shift select the bottom and use Ctrl L, link materials to have same materials on two objects. And for better glass, we can use this trick with mix shader. Let's use transparent BSDF and plug to the top socket glass and to the bottom transparent. And now we can use the light path nodes. Let's add together shadow ray and diffuse ray and plug it into. As you can see, when I mute this node, the interior gets a lot brighter. We can actually hide the liquid. And now when I turn it on and off, the straw gets brighter, and also we don't have this shadow on the bottom, but we still have all the reflections. We can play with roughness to create much more rough results, which looks pretty cool. Maybe too much. Okay, let's unhide our liquid and select it and create bubble tea material. Let's copy the nodes for our glass material, Ctrl C, and Ctrl V. Let's plug it into. Okay, so now let's add a gradient texture node. Because I want to create the gradient in our bubble tea, like the darker bubble tea would be on the bottom part of the cup and the light, less dark part would be in the top part of our liquid. Okay, I will use the Ctrl+T shortcut. Okay, and in viewport I press the slash to focus on our liquid, and with Ctrl Shift I will preview the gradient. So as you can see, the gradient is wrongly rotated. To correct it, we can just rotate it by 90 degrees in y-axis. And now let's plug the color ramp node. After gradient texture, and we will set up some colors for our bubble tea. I click plus to add another one and set up in some brown orange color. Maybe do a little more, move a little bit here, a little less red. And for the white part I will use some lighter color, something like that. And as you can see, now I have nice gradient from the top part of our bubble tea to the bottom part, which is pretty dark. Okay, so this is our color. I can use Ctrl J to create a frame. With selected frame I press F2 key and I can name it color. And now I will plug our color to our glass shader. So we render view. This is our current result. Okay. Let's increase the roughness a little bit. And as you can see, we can't see our bubbles pretty well. So to fix it, we can of course reduce roughness, but it's not the best result. So we can use again our light path node to that and add another mix shader with transparent node. As you can see, already better result, but we lost our color, which is not good. So let's use the rain length from our light path and add node called less than. It's math node. And plug it to our factor. And as you can see, our liquid is transparent now. So let's put some really small number here. Okay, let's increase the roughness a little bit. And as you can see, our bubble tea spheres are now visible. Okay, let's now create the material for our tapioca balls. So let's new material and make a new one and call it tapioca balls. And in our geometry node section, let's add one quick node which will be set material and use our tapioca balls here. And now we can set our material. Let's go with something really dark. I would increase metallic because after some checking it looks just pretty good in my opinion. And let's reduce roughness. And as you can see, we have our bubble tea balls, tapeka balls. And we will work on everything in the next part with lightning, which will give a last extra visual sprinkles. So let's focus now on the eye. I will press slash, and in edit mode, as you can see, this is our current result, and we need two different materials. One from, actually we need three different materials, one for background, one from front part, and one from interior. So let's select the back face, add new material, and add again new material. Let's call it eye back. Press assign. Then add another material and call it transparent eye. And let's in wireframe mode select anything from the interior part, press Ctrl L and hide it. And with selected eye back, press select, and then press Ctrl I to inverse selection. And now with selected transparent eye, press assign. Now we can Alt H to unhide the interior part, and with selected eye materials 001, and we can rename it to pupil. Okay, so let's rename it to pupil and press assign. And now in render mode, let's go to transparent eye, delete this. Oh, as you can see, this single part is now the transparent part, so we can fix that. And let's add simple glass BSDF. Actually, we can just duplicate the glass from here. So let's press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and plug it like that. Okay, it's looked pretty good. So let's go to eye black. Okay, so eye back, we can leave it like that, I think. And the pupil, we can change the color to black and maybe reduce the roughness a lot. Okay, so this is our eyes for now. And we can add one more thing. I just use the physical geometry to that. Let's scale it, shade smooth, and scale in X. Now we can rotate it, and you can place it whenever you like. This will be the little sparks in our character eyes, but let's move it a lot closer to actually match the eye. Let's duplicate it, rotate it in Z axis, move, and maybe move this bigger one here and scale the smaller one and move it not here, but maybe here. Let's preview the results. Let's scale it maybe and move somewhere here. Okay. I think we can change the material in this. Increase the white and just maybe increase the emission color, but not too much. And now that we've selected rest, press Ctrl L and link materials. And the one thing I would like to do in object properties, under visibility, let's uncheck everything actually except from camera. And now, because I don't want this to reflect in our eyes or cast a shadow anything or emit, I just don't want this to interact in any way with our scene except be visible to camera. I think we can reduce emission a little bit. Okay. So that will be it for eyes. And the last part in our shading would be the straw. So let's add a new material and call it straw. And I just used a simple procedural texture to create the straw. So let's add a wave texture. Let's preview it, and as you can see it's wrong rotation, so let's change the X to Z. And now we will use the color ramp, and let's use the not linear but constant, and move this to, I think that's pretty good. We can change the black color to something more red. And let's plug it into the base color. And I think the nice little touch, Ctrl-Shift-D, would be use a little of subsurface scattering. So let's use a little bit, but really small number. And let's plug this for subsurface color. And let's change the color a little bit to make it a little bit more orange and bright, I think. Okay, maybe too much orange. Okay, we can adjust everything later when we will have the correct lighting setup. Okay, so let's place camera in the center. Let's jump inside of the camera, and we can use the view, navigation, walk navigation. And now we can move like in 3D game using a W, S and D and Q and E to move up and down. It's pretty convenient way to move in my opinion, so I create my custom shortcut for this. So when you will see that I am pressing Ctrl W, this is my shortcut to actually use the walk navigation mode. Okay, in the next part we'll be focusing on creating lighting and rendering our final animation. And this will be our last part for our bubble tea character. So thanks for watching and see you in the next part.